Ladies and gentlemen, that is Alpha Genie. I've been listening to him for a while now, and he's kind of, you know when you have someone that you love so much that you want to share with the world, because that's just your
hoarding
talent. Since they be talking about hip hop,
hindering his growth.
No, he's growing.
Regardless, hindering his growth.
He also put on. It's just
from here to this, and you go put people on.
Now put you on. Now he has amazing projects. Go check it out, man. That's Alpha with Genie from Nigeria. When I got put onto him was he did a song with MI way back. Ooh. And since then I've just been kind of listening to him. There's a lot of other cool people. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome. First of all, Imina, this T combo mad.
He's mad
again.
Somebody asks. For those of you that still want to know, we're still running the same program.
The same regiment. until Shams is back.
Until Shams is back.
But this is what I need for today, man. Exactly. Just combo. After a long weekend, this is how you get into it. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the Backyard Bands Comedy Podcast. The number one comedy podcast. I sit on my chest every time I come on the microphone. Welcome, episode 162. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what the time is. If you're new and you're joining us here for the first time, I just want to let you know the catalog is heavy and it's popping. Anywhere you start from, I guaranteed you're gonna be blessed.
Back to back.
And if you join us, if you're a regular neighbor, we appreciate you for coming back to receive your daily dose of humor, laughter, stories, and just our crazy experiences. So we appreciate you for sticking with us, and God bless you. All right, well, let's get into it, man. I go by the name Mr. Dre. I am forever your humble and gracious. You know, I'm joined by my brother, Vibes Sister. Talk to him.
Yeah. Signing in is your man Imina, aka the Free Ego, aka Triple E, the Patricia Ego, the concussionist, your favorite uncle, your favorite godfather. I know what's popping.
Pop.
Let's get it popping.
The final will be a deadly day.
Done.
All right, man.
Jeez.
Episode 162.
162.
We're here together. Real quick, happy Eid Mubarak to everybody who's celebrating. Big shout out to Shemzi.
The party is never ending, so invite if it's still.
So this is a specific mention to Shemzi.
Specific mention to Shemzi. Eid Mubarak. Support Bogot.
Support Bogot. Before we get into, let's get into the DMs of Spotify. Hey, man, shout out to everybody who's been sending. And
I felt like a bad bitch when nobody care about me like this. Niggas will show me love.
I'm gonna start with this is from So Who's Moving Out First, episode 159. This is from Great Shots. He says, Mr. Endowed, the underrated. For him, and but underrated for me by WC and Wizkid and many more, I guess, are his top intros.
Yeah.
Also amazing conversation. I despise the ones we are locked in on a marriage, we would make it work mindset. I think it's very toxic. And though some people mean it in a good way, it has caused more harm than good, which is fair, you know. That whole like, if we're together, the only way we're separating is, you know,
to death.
literally to death.
Yeah.
So no, whatever you can find out before you're looking. Fair. I agree with Dikachi on the gender that discriminates against height. Alphonse, I didn't want to see more discrimination. Yeah, Short King, why would you agree? Man, I love you guys, man. Shout out to Great Shots, man. I love you, my brother.
Shout out to you, man.
Guys doing the damn
pop in,
thing.
going silent again. Pop out, go silent again.
And I'm having a bunch of conversation across the board about the Hey Big Head episode.
Oh yeah,
and
bro.
Apparently it's a lot of the throwback. I'll say throwback, but a lot of the older people don't have a problem with it. It's weird.
Actually, it's women that have a problem with it now.
No, women have a problem with it.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to figure out if I'm trying to see the conversations that I've had. I've had a couple of conversations, and some women are not mad at it, especially when we're dating.
I think the problem is early stage for sure.
Yeah, early stage for sure.
It's like a C finish. I've seen the person finish. Yeah.
But like saying hey big head doesn't mean you have a big head, man. It's just a term of endearment. From me personally, like small head, flat head, I will still call you hey big head. That's just how I kind of look at it. Men don't have a problem with it, but well, men never have a problem.
But I think people that have big head will have a problem with it.
Again,
people that actually have big head
within the relationship, if you're dating, if you've put in, I was having a conversation with a friend and she said, because I asked her the same thing, and obviously she's like, oh, don't call me big head. But she then said, especially when we haven't started dating, and then she then went on to say, that's like saying hey fam. So you can't call her hey fam as well. And I've just like, again, like that's why I think I fancy like a lot of like, I think maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm just listening to Gen Z's wrongly, but I feel like Gen Z's, when they're calling their partners, they give them that like, hey fam, yo bro.
Nah, that's too guy. No.
It's too guy?
It's too guy, no, like.
Okay. Well, she said don't call her hey fam. And then I said, and they said unless we're married. I said, so if I put a ring on your finger,
you cannot say
I can say hey fam. She said no, say your family's in back home. But yeah, it's been a very interesting conversation to see where people kind of stand. Men don't have a problem saying it. Men don't have a problem being called hey big head. But you know, again, and that's fair. But yeah, I mean, I did disrespect your woman. Know what she is about, what she likes, and you know, don't toe the line if you don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, we had some DMs. I'm going to start with because Chima sent us a bunch of DMs. Yeah. We also got asked the combo for the drink.
Yeah.
When it was, man, we will open a drinking channel. But she says, you guys hate me on this pod because why am I never called? If I pick up my phone now and call you, I promise.
See time now.
I promise.
You're gonna curse us.
Hold on. I promise that she's never going to pick up.
Wait, you're actually going to try?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
Because she actually called me out. I don't want to read the message, but she called me.
No, I'm reading it. I'm reading
it. Hold on. I promise you that she ain't going to pick up.
Nah, just look at the time now. It's 2 a.m.
What she says, we never call. Who knows? She could be awake. But if she's with...
if she's with the one that she's... that tweet.
You know what? Since I'm the one that caused the issues in the beginning... Call it. Let me be causing the issues. That is very intentional. That is very intentional. But the purpose that I am a troublemaker, I'm going to call again.
Call it.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly.
Nah, she's occupied.
Yeah, very occupied.
He's not sleep.
He's not sleep. He's occupied.
He's occupied. Yeah.
And now she knows.
If you didn't did it, say that you didn't did it. If you did it, we did it.
So yeah, man. But yeah, go ahead. We have some messages.
All right.
So that's to say, you guys can also DM us as you're listening, play by play. Which seems to be the case these days.
Okay. So anyway, I'm not going to, I wouldn't read it, but no, I will read it. So apparently she said Dre wished her bad luck. So she said, Dre, if I deck you, please tell everyone about, you see, that's why I'm reading it. That's why. Please tell everyone how you wish me bad luck in my last relationship. And it ended around the time you said it would. Wicked man, oh my God. Okay, you have to say it.
You were in the car when I called her. What are you saying?
No, explain how you take wish her. I don't remember wishing her.
I don't remember wishing her bad luck. We had a conversation about it, and I explained, from what I remember, because this is a while back now, I had explained that her previous relationship and her current relationship, the differences were, it's crazy we're talking about someone like this. And it's because I can't get her permission to keep it on there.
She said tell them.
She said tell them.
She said tell them.
Well, she had handled the different relationships, because I know of her two of her past relationships. And she had handled it very differently. And so I spoke to that effect. And how they felt about, like, not how they, but like how that one person in particular felt about the way things were happening on a case by case basis, and she couldn't give me a clear cut answer, and I was like, okay, well, like again, I did not wish her well. I just pointed something out that she was doing at the time, which is not what she's doing now.
It's not what she's doing now.
Not what she's doing now.
Maybe she has reversed the osmosis. Now it has landed another prospect.
Yeah, which she finna marry.
It's the sauce. It's the sauce.
Yeah. So guys, man, I'm a therapist. You guys don't know this, man. I've been calling it as it is. Apparently,
she said, anyway, I'm in love. I found my husband. If it's you, shout out to you. Shout out to my nigga Gucci.
Shout out to you, man, because you're gonna have a very consistent, a very consistent woman in your hands.
Yeah.
Someone who loves and
a whole lot of women.
You're gonna have for sure. She shout out to you, man. Actually, shout out to Choma.
Shout out to Choma. Shout out to you.
She's the prize.
Yes. And more. Okay, so in regards to the water guy, the water face guy that is running like this thing, the one you mentioned, the influencer.
Yeah.
So she was like, pretty sure he was influencing for that water brand.
Yeah, no, it's clear now that it's very clear now, because I think he even has beef with that own guy.
He has beef with that one.
Because that guy did a video where they gave him the Saratoga water and he pushed it away and took his voice. Because he
started it then. He started the fight. Now, why would he be pushing? It's just like when you remember the interview where Ronaldo pushed the broad Coca-Cola.
Yeah, no, he wanted it.
He moved it.
He wanted it. Yeah.
Wow, they want smoke.
Yeah.
I think that's another movement. And
then his new video, the Ashton guy, he has 10 million followers. So now he double backed on his phone call. Whereas he's like, at least 10 million, bro.
See, that is also. I think that's also a way for them to push themselves. Right? Push them. Be like,
imagine they're just having the group chat. Like,
exactly.
See this guy.
See these guys. Yes. So it was like there was that was strategic positioning. Like you guys, marketing is crazy. Like everything is intentional.
I will tell you for sure, marketing is crazy.
For sure,
man.
Yeah. And before, there's a lot. So we're actually gonna go through it. Don't worry, Choma. Today is your episode. In terms of, there's a question she asked before I get to the rest.
Right.
But in terms of the abbreviations that make sense.
Yeah. I think I saw that.
In a way. She said WYD is okay. She put a green check on that one.
You know what's funny? Yeah. After that episode, I have been re-editing my text messages recently.
You haven't been doing that before.
No, but now I am. I'm conscious now.
You're conscious.
Because it's something I type, and I know she said it was good, but now I'm fully typing because
no.
There's guys because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, you know when I got okay with cause, right? Especially either COS, which she said
no, CUZ is the one to use. Don't use COS.
No, it's COS that I use more.
Yeah.
So you know why I use COS more? I either use COS or CAUSE, cause, right?
Yeah.
So I either use both because
but cause that's a different context entirely.
Yeah,
when you use cause, when you use CAUSE, that's a different context entirely.
That's true. But I use COS because when I'm reading poems, there's a lot of times because you threw everything off.
Yeah. Fair.
Because you just threw everything off.
Fair.
That's when I now got,
literary.
So if anybody tell me it's wrong, I all know because in poetic readings, it makes more sense.
Yeah. You just do the apostrophe.
Yeah. But I would die on the hill of lol. I've killed lol. Poetically correct is not. We're just moving with it. Because lol is just, I don't know.
Again, I still think that it has to be, at least nowadays, it has to be LOL and then some.
And some, yeah. I've started putting some.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Now,
you don't want to dead the conversation.
I've started putting. You know the funny thing there? A girl has two girls have called me out on replying one word to some things, right? Mm-hmm. Me, I thought like typically when there are one word answers that are required, you put one word answer.
No, because they think you just did the conversation. They want you to follow up for the most part.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you the one that gets me in trouble.
They've called me out on that, so I'm trying to,
So I use the word be a lot.
Hey B.
Yeah.
I want to superimpose now. You want to superimpose? Please.
So
now
like,
that one.
For me, For me, it's a safe bet. Hold on, I'll tell you why. It's a safe bet because if I text you, hey B, you can assume what you want to assume. It can mean bestie. It can mean baby girl. It can mean babe. It can mean boo. Bro. It can mean baddie.
That's literally saying happy boyfriend's day to my boyfriend, putting it on your tab. You know who you are. That's literally saying that. Like
I texted. So it's worked in the past for me. Yeah, because B could be best friend too.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
It could be bro. So like if I text,
not this me. Don't text me. I'll leave you on red.
If I
tell you WTF.
If I'm texting someone like Shemzy, hey B,
yeah.
If you ask me what it means, I'll tell her, hey bro. Because Shemzy's a bro.
I don't read B as bro. I
texted a girl recently. I was like, hey B. She's like, who's your alphabet?
Why? Jesus.
Oh, but she said it like a joke. But she was like, what do you mean?
Who's
like,
your alphabet? It's
like,
crazy.
Like say what you want to say with your chest. Kind of energy. I was like, nah, man, I'm just used to it. And it's never been a thing of like being malicious or anything. It's just the way I've spoken.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey B. Usually it's to people that I'm not actually. Anyways, I'll leave that part out. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. But I don't do that anymore. I just want to say, Shemzy, if I ever texted you, hey B, it meant hey bro or hey best friend. Just want to let you know.
Okay. All right. So her question, before I get to the rest, is why do you think Nigeria isn't ready for direct flight to Canada?
Hey.
Okay. People, you can also answer in your comments too about this one if you guys want to chime in and put in an answer as well. Yeah.
You want to go first or you want to go first?
Well, I'll go first.
All right, go first.
First of all, I don't think Nigeria is ready for a service that long. Because if you're doing direct flights, it's going to be at least 13 hours. It's going to be at least 13 hours. Nigeria can make a lot of silly mistakes. To be honest, poetically speaking, you would think they are right, like forgetting to fill the tank. This might be
And I said Johnny Messi.
yeah, and they tell you Johnny Messi. And they tell you, guys, we don't get enough fuel, they will stay in pigeon. You might, bro. To start with that, they can make silly mistakes like that. Or forget to pump tire, those kind of things, right? And two, if they are doing Nigeria to Canada or Canada to Nigeria, like, I promise you, they have to hire almost international attendants. Almost all international attendants.
You can't vouch for Nigeria.
You can't vouch for Nigeria.
They will disappear.
They will call in sick. That's how they reach and smell Canada weather. They will call in sick.
Continental.
And they international. or some of them.
Which is a thing because we've spoken about how other airlines used to do it, yeah.
And hey, I'm not going to say this about people that have chance to jackpot. They will think that is a chance. They will fly into Canada. They will forget. They will throw their attendance away. They will throw their attendance away. They won't attend again. But I know maybe there is contingency for those kind of things. But I know people that obviously do vacation from their flights or whatever. So meandering is kind of allowed when you're working as long as you schedule it, right? But people might decide not to go.
I should have gone first because you have a better. You have more serious answers than I do. The only answer I had was so that it like I feel like. Yes, like with like UK being 6 hours away.
Yeah.
It's easy to just quickly go there.
Yeah, it's easy to quickly go there. Yeah.
When you have to make 3 stops to get to Canada. You be like, is it that necessary? Like, I want you guys to still be questioning, should I be coming? You know? If it's just one flight, like, oh guys, just one flight,
Just one flight.
Like I do understand that they're doing it because it eliminates like transit visas, all those things. Because a lot of countries are now coming with those stupid rules. Get ETAs, get transit visas forever. So I do understand that the benefits of it, but just on the joking side, man. Like we're too much, man.
Yeah, and another reason why I said it has to be almost all international crew is because Nigeria is already flagged across so many countries as fraudulent and sneaking in everything. My sister went to Guyana recently, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, as soon as they saw her passport, they were immediately on the phone. They were already pointing her, do this, just because.
Yeah, and because you're traveling with a kid too, they think that you mustn't, but they're more like suspicious.
And then also their visa is handwritten. And Nigerians have forged that a lot. Whoa. So Nigerians, they flag that because Nigerians have been frauding the visa and all that. So if we do a flight that is direct to Canada, first of all, you need to understand that because of high immigration, Canada has already caught people coming from India, Nigeria. Nigeria was the second, if not the first, that is on that list, right? If you do a direct flight from Nigeria to Canada, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fraud, wahala, a lot of illegal travelers. So if it's Canada or international crew that is planning it, they will have a way to filter through and more accurately. And this is just Nigeria, she can pay within this thing, and they will probably smuggle somebody in.
But who wants to go back to who? Well, yeah.
No, I mean like coming from there to here, because if you're having direct flights, it's going to be to and fro.
Yeah, but like it's more about the people that are dealing with the embassy, that are dealing with the customs.
Bro, if they've already passed custom in Nigeria, those people doing illegal immigration, if they already passed custom in Nigeria, you think they've been doing that? They've been coming. Fair. They've been coming before. Maybe what has been stopping them is actually getting on the plane. But if there is now a direct plane, that's crazy. Yeah. But having multiple tiers of check can hinder those.
The other question too we gotta ask is, which airline? Is it going to be a Nigerian airline?
No, they don't have any now. That's another one.
Where does it favor Nigerians on a financial side?
Which Nigeria?
Nigeria is a country, and Nigerian aviation.
Oh, the Nigerian aviation.
Because if you're doing Air Canada, so you're paying all the money to Air Canada, for example, all the people being hired it's
going to be taxed on the hangar. Oh, fair, on the hangar, paying rent on the hangar. Fair. Man, the airports are pre-packed though. I don't know where, but yeah, it's going to come from there, because Nigeria doesn't. They don't have proper flights like that.
Airpiece.
Bro, if I tell you Airpiece, what Airpiece did to me.
You know, we're not going to slander
We're not going to slander Airpiece. But flights, they be delaying in Nigeria. You know, one of the reasons, the major reason why they delay a lot.
And that could be another issue.
Yeah, the major reason they delay a lot is because they don't actually have enough planes. It literally is the same plane that is probably going to come from Lagos to Port Harcourt that will take you from Port Harcourt to Abuja. Right. And they have to clean up.
Right.
There've been one of the flights I took when I was in Nigeria, then they gave the snacks they were supposed to give inside at the door when you're leaving, just so they didn't have to clean inside. Because as you're commuting, they are loading up.
Yeah.
They don't have enough. They will waste your time for 3 hours and give you biscuits and Fanta.
So I think the best thing to do also, I guess maybe, again, like, I do understand the foreign investment with like having that again. For example, if you have an Air Canada, you might most likely will have, you know how Air Canada has like a lounge. So there's foreign investments, but I just don't know where we are on the foreign investment side, because we know about embezzlement, we know about like we give you allocate money for this, you're gonna get the cheaper materials. Like so there's a lot to consider, and you guys don't want to be playing with a country that they are quick to just sue. Put you on a do not fly list. So it's something you have to really think about, because the consequences of messing it up are far greater, in my opinion anyways, than just having to do. Because Canadians, for example, are going to protect their people. They're going to protect their integrity and just the safety of Canadians flying. But yeah, any other things she said?
Yeah, any other things like so continuing from the DMs, right? I was having a conversation with a friend. She put on quote. No, put the other day, I was having a conversation with a friend the other day about trauma and how it's recycled from parent to child, and how many people are anxious about having kids because they don't want to put that on someone else. I have a question for the pod. I have questions for the pod. One, do you think we ever truly outgrow our trauma? Oh, he's getting serious. Okay, sip, drink. Do you think we ever truly outgrow our traumas, or do we just learn to manage it? Childhood traumas and learned behaviors, especially. The way we start doing something sometimes and go, this is my mommy, or except sometimes you don't catch yourself doing it, and so it causes issues. So the question, do you think we ever truly outgrow traumas, or we learn to manage it. I think this is specifically tailored to Nigerians. We as Nigerians.
I'm going to. I think it's a general thing. I don't think it's just we as Nigerians because everybody deals with everybody growing up. If everybody can go through childhood trauma, there are people who when they say I grew up without a father. So I think it's applicable to in a lot of ways to everybody. I'm going to speak from my experience. I don't know that we outgrow it. I do think we tend to manage it.
Yeah,
because sometimes we do things that we don't know we're doing. Like you just said, you catch yourself doing something. What therapy does is make you aware of, boil down to the root cause, and then they find your triggers, and then you are able to manage your triggers. Some triggers are not so hard. Some triggers are very hard to manage. So the reason why I don't think we outgrow it is because it's part of us. Is the reason why it's made a part of us. Maybe it might not be a part of us today, but it's been a part of us, and it's our story that we have.
Right.
So it's like saying like there's a good and bad in everybody.
Right.
You choose what side you let to outshine. When I started therapy, I found out that a lot of my what's the word? I want to make it as simple as possible. A lot of the issues that I have when it comes to letting people in or delegating or like being confiding in people, because I have a very small circle. I don't confide in you guys. I don't confide in you guys a lot. It comes from being bullied in high school. Not the sense that I was bullied. Yes, I was bullied, which everybody was. But we sort of bolted down to a thing where I never really reported. Right. It was a thing where everything that happened to me, I just chested it. And what that does is you now internalize a lot of your feelings, how you feel, the things that are going through your head. And that is what we sort of like found was the root cause. Do I have triggers? Maybe. That's a different conversation for another day. But then you learn how to manage that by... So in a way you can't overcome it, but you're not going to forget it. It's a part of you.
Yeah.
So that's what my answer would be. And there was to manage it where it never becomes a thing. You will never. It's like you having asthma sometimes, but you never ever experience the whole episode or whatever. So that would be my answer on the whole childhood trauma thing.
Yeah, I think it's the same too. People literally just learn how to manage it, learn how to bottle it better. Like some people might not know the triggers, but if you learn the trigger early on, you better know how to manage it. Yeah. If you learn the trigger early on, you better know how to manage it.
Yeah. Because some people don't know.
Yeah, some people don't know, and the ones that don't know, a lot of times you don't realize until someone brings out that trigger. It might be it will be a trauma. A lot of traumas are buried. Yeah. A lot of traumas are buried, right? That it then shows up when we are older. That's when obviously you tend to realize you're packing a lot. You understand?
Yeah.
So I feel like we just generally learn or try to manage it, because obviously some people are not good at managing it, right?
Yeah.
Some people are not good at managing it. So we generally try to manage it. And ego is also a big part. I feel like that pride that Nigerians have is also trauma.
The pride?
A lot of Nigerians can never agree that they need therapy.
Yeah.
A lot of Nigerians can never agree that they need therapy. In fact, they will not even agree that they have a problem a lot of times, right? I'm gonna lie to you. So there was one time when I was in school, right? So when things were a bit tough and I was going from this office to go tender my case and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm gonna lie, one of this thing in the international office, bro, they gave me a card to the mental health counselors and stuff that I should go visit them.
And you be like,
no, I took it.
Yeah.
But I told my dad, I was like, bro, like, I said, the way I've been going to the offices, like they even gave me this, that I should go talk to somebody if I need to.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't need that. Why do you think you need to talk to some therapy? Why do you think you don't have any mental situation, you don't have any whatever, right? So first of all, they don't even agree that they have any situation.
Yeah.
Before you even get to the point of I think I might need help with this, right?
Yeah.
When they admit it, they'll be like, oh, I know what was my problem. You understand? You can't tell me my problem.
Yeah.
I know how to fix myself. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is a trauma on itself, because you can be shamed on things you are trying to do to help yourself, right? So we as Nigerians, we have a lot of traumas that we are trying to, some of us think we can manage, but we cannot. But I think generally we try to manage it ourselves.
No, you're very right, man. I think like the whole like, oh, we should not experience therapy or something. I look at it as this, man. I boiled it down, at least for me anyway, I boiled it down to you know that statement where they say the things you don't know won't kill you kind of thing. Not like we won't kill you, but if you're not aware of it, then you don't know it's a problem. We're not in a society where we've been made aware that your mental health can deteriorate, right? And these are the tools that you can have. And so when now you know, and then you're able to trace it to, oh, this is why I was having a headache because of certain issues like this, you know? It's like a friend of mine who posted, I'll be experiencing headache in the front of my head. And just posted it on Instagram, trying to figure out what kind of headache that is. And then I guess someone who's in the medical field responded to that person saying, yo, does it feel like a stress band across your head? And the guy said, exactly, that's how it feels. I say, you're going through stress. You need to take a break or stop doing whatever you're doing before it, you know. So again, it's
you
just...
go take that advice.
Who, me? No, it wasn't me that posted it.
Wait. I know say you go through stress sometimes, but you know they know. But you go take that advice.
No, but when the person said it...
No, wait.
Hold on. Let me land. When the person said it... well, when the whole thing happened, he posted that the person had said it was stressed. I now started remembering the times
you were stressed
that I felt like that. But I just thought it was headache. Or lack of water.
Bro, I take that big guy. And sometimes as we know they cure those kind of
So it was like, yo, what kind of headache is this? But it's stress. So again, it's just like we've been made aware of these tools that are available to help us. There's nothing wrong in going to then use those tools to be better.
Right.
I even look at my parents as like, yo, I think even though you guys are not aware of therapy, in a way you guys did do therapy because you're sitting with your friends, you're telling them your stories. You're laughing about those stories now because it makes you feel better at that point in time. Maybe we're not getting down to the root cause, but that is some form of retail therapy. I tell you guys every time I come on here, this is some form of therapy. Because I get to escape from the world. I get to have a conversation with you guys, tell you some of my problems. It might not give me astounding results, but I have ideas to leave here with.
Some insights.
Exactly, some insight. You tell us about your date stories. Even though like it's not serious, we are still giving information and stuff. So I still think our parents, even some of them, again, the reasons they didn't get to the root cause, know their triggers. No, you know why they're going to go check the back of television? Because that's a trigger right there. Bro. But you think I'm saying, you have issues, you just don't know what they are. But no, I appreciate that question because, or that conversation entirely because, we are made aware of the tools and it's good to know what they are, manage them, and and life is just good for everybody because people actually don't know what your triggers are. And they just do something. But yeah, guys, Would they give gems? Insights,
bro.
So hit the link in the bio. Send us a DM if that's one better. Play by play. That's exactly what happened. See how we're
dissecting this one.
Part
by part. The last piece of it is actually the trauma. It's like, do you ever worry about inflicting these traumas on your offsprings? If yes, have you ever thought about how you intend to manage / deal with or mitigate that? Let me start with this one. That deal with or mitigate that is where we are in trying to also manage our own traumas.
Because if you can manage yours, then you can.
So I feel like, to be honest, I've not found out all my triggers yet for all my traumas. Okay. Maybe a lot of them are still buried inside, are still latent, right? But a lot of things that I feel like some triggers show up for me in the way I see kids being raised in this community.
Right.
Now, it's a thing where it's like, it's a deep-rooted trauma because I think they're doing it wrong here. Right? The way they be whooping people in school, you like leave home because your parents can teach you the way they want. In fact, that is even another trauma. It's like, how are parents coaching you? Is it the ideal way? But we leave it at that because there's a gray area. You understand? But in schools, right? How they are delivering their punishment, delivering their training or whatever, right? Is it right? Because, bro, they don't flog me one time. that I laid on my locker more than an hour. The tears, I was not crying. The tears were falling.
Yeah.
Right? I just leaned down on my locker. It was just dropping. I could not write because they flogged me here. Those koboko that doesn't flex. So those ones that you hear koi, that was the one.
Yeah.
And I was punished. In fact, the whole class was punished because we were late, 5 minutes late for our government class. That's one guy when I say, God help me, please. The guy died. I was not moved.
Shout out to...
But yeah. So I see those kind of situations. I'm praying that God helps because I have not figured it out myself.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not even thinking about kids in this situation because I don't even know where to start with them, right? So I'm busy being an uncle. Hey, give me more couple of cousins, couple of nieces and nephews. That's all I need. Right now.
Am I worried? No, not really, man. I think.
Me, I'm not worried too. I have good.
Yeah, I think
good uncles and aunties around.
And I just think everybody just needs to be exposed to all types of lifestyles and all lives because, again, I can't speak for the same for people in Nigeria, not because one, I don't live in Nigeria. I don't know what the society looks like now, but you're the product of your environment for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you grew up in Nigeria the way Nigeria is, you're going to be overprotective for your kids, life and be raising your child. And that kind of have an effect on them on how they socialize with the outside world. And in this world where, we lean on, having proper social cues, emotional intelligence, that can have an adverse effect on your kid. And so I'm very just humble and grateful that I've been exposed to a lot of different lifestyles. Because I remember coming in here and again, I don't know if I've had this conversation in public, but a reason why one of my relationships did not work at the time was because of the whole wedding debacle, right? I've grown and I have learned from that episode and from that conversation. And commitment being a thing, and I've learned and grown from all of that stuff. So I think that I will do well. I don't know if I'll be best, but I think I'll do well. Yeah. How do I mitigate it? Again, just soak knowledge. Like that thing, we're never too old to learn, man.
Delegate.
Uncles. I hate this guy. Just learn from people. Leave and let leave, and also just learn, man. Soak knowledge, listen. From however you soak knowledge and do stuff, man. So yeah. But yeah, man. Again, I appreciate you, Chama. Again, this one's for you.
If you answered, you would see we would have called.
We did call.
We called.
The proof is in the pudding. I wanted to quickly, any crazy thing happened over the weekend for you? Last week, the weekend?
Yeah, nothing. No, I just rested. Yeah, nothing crazy, to be honest. It was just a chill weekend. Yeah.
I had a very busy weekend. I had a very eventful weekend,
Bro.
International tour. You know what I'm saying? So just a little flex in there. But no, I had the opportunity to go to Moncton and Fredericton in the province of New Brunswick.
Yeah, names. Moncton, Fredericton, Huntington.
It was a journey and a half, man. I had to get to Halifax. It took me. The flight I ended up taking took me to Ottawa, then took me to Halifax. So that was about in total that was a 5-6 hour flight.
Yeesh.
And then a 2-hour drive from Halifax to Moncton. So we're from Nova Scotia, which is another province, to New Brunswick, which is another province, to do the first gig for the first night. Moncton. I'm always shook when I see Africans, not Africans, specifically Nigerians in these cities. The venue is owned by a Nigerian in New Brunswick. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Shout out to the guy, man. He had white employees, man.
That's what they would do to the airline.
But no, it was a great time. Obviously, I think what happened, one guy was dancing with another man's girl, and the girl was into the guy the most, and then obviously fight broke out, that kind of thing.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, man. The fight broke out, right? And I'm looking at the fight happening. And I see the guy who drives us, who's driving us.
He's
in
almost
the video.
getting involved.
He's video. I'm like, so I'm on the mic. I'm like, yo, Fargo, leave them. You are driving us. And he's like, oh, that's my guy. I say, Fargo, leave them.
For now, he's not.
So like, I'm on the mic. I'm like, yo, security. So that's how you know that. That's how you know that these cities, they don't have a lot going on. Guys, security were just chilling downstairs. Like we're not used to this car. What was that? We don't know what that is. So they fought from the top of the staircase to the bottom of the staircase.
Shit.
Yeah. So I posted a story how the cops were around and everything. Like it was a lot of people. Like the place was packed. And so anyways, it was a good time. Shout out to the city of Moncton for having us.
See what women they cost.
So now let me tell you. So at the end of the show now, you know all these small cities, this give me the Oshawa, this give me the Oshawa vibes. Where I feel like party, everybody's like, what's happening next? So they're like, Dre, announce if you want to go to the after party, send us a DM, we'll text you the address. So I'm like on the mic, yeah, guys, man, when you guys are done, you want to go to after the party, send them the promoters a DM. They'll send the address. In my head, I'm going home to sleep after this is done. They are going to the after party. Tell me why I get back to the Airbnb. Is our address.
No.
It's our address. That is where after parties happening. Yo, I was cheese, bro. Because I was announcing this thing like, you know when I'm happy with music, if you want the after party, send us a DM. If you want, I'm doing that. Like, I'm enjoying doing the thing. And
oh my goodness, bro.
So I get there, obviously, it's a sausage fest for the most part because the amount of girls that are there will never be equal to the amount of boys that are there.
Yeah.
How some niggas, we're even asking how some guys got the address. Then the one guy, you know, one of the organizers come out, okay, you guys, everybody, he's like, what he did was crazy. He's like, you guys can stay, you guys gotta go. So now, imagine you came with me. Yeah. I'm on the side that they said can stay. You're on the side that they say can go. So what are we doing? So obviously an argument ensues. Yeah. And I'm like, you guys, I don't know how you guys operate, but they can actually kick us out of this Airbnb if we keep being like this. Because they're outside shouting. One, and you know the funny part? I have to ask, you see why we can't have direct flights? Because I need to ask how they give some people visas. One guy was just shouting outside. The guy's like -5 in the morning, -5 is like 3 o'clock in the morning, -5 outside. Guy's like, who you be? Guy, I be Yaba boy. This was okay, me said, I'm from Suludere. I'm like, guys, no one really cares where you're from right now. They just go home. Like, it's not that deep. Anyways, the after party was a chill vibe, whatever. But like, I couldn't sleep because we had some drunk people in the house. And for some reason, this one lady stuck to me because she said I was the nicest person in the entire room. And honestly, I think the reason why I was nice is because I was quiet. I kept my intimacy thoughts inside. At the end of the night, it's like 5 a.m, bro. She said she's going to walk home. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to walk home at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Maybe she lives down the road.
She doesn't know where she lives.
She doesn't know.
She's drunk. So I take out her ID. I see her address. I'm like, okay, you know, I take the keys from Fargo. I say, Fargo, I'm going to go drop this lady off. Drop her off, and then I go grab McDonald's. And obviously, because, you know, I'm a nice guy. But I was Moncton again.
Somebody's waiting for you when you go back to Moncton now. Somebody's waiting for you.
I don't think she remembers me, man. So,
you'd be surprised. Yeah, that created a core memory.
We go to Fredericton. Fredericton is 2 hours from Moncton. Yeah, bro. So we drove again to Fredericton, get there, do the venue check. Now, my problem always with touring, traveling with Nigerians is you people love Nigerian food. And I say you people because I'm not one of these people. So think about it. We get to Moncton at Fredericton at 4 o'clock because we had a bunch of delays. We had to go pick up some stuff. They say they're going to pattern Nigerian food for us. We get there. The person was supposed to pattern the Nigerian food. They're not pattern it.
They're not pattern it.
We get it. The person doesn't pattern it. And then they realize like, okay, there's another person that can make Nigerian food for us, but we have to like order it and then order it and then we'll call the woman, she will make it and then we'll order it. And this is like now 5 o'clock is approaching. I'm like, yo guys, okay. So we go to one of the guys' house, all right? Shout out to Jeeves. We go to his house, you know, amazing stand-up guy. Shout out to Jeeves again. He goes, so I'm like, guys, this is the plan. We're all going to order jollof rice and chicken because the jollof rice is ready. All she got to do is make chicken. Everybody's like, cool. Next thing, we're at the house. I'm like, okay, let's order. I'm now hearing ofada rice, egusi and pounded yam, soft plantain. I'm like, food doesn't come till 7 o'clock.
No.
7 o'clock, food arrives. Everybody was so we start going back to Airbnb. Now the Airbnb is 25 minutes away because big houses outside of town. Fredericton is the houses in Fredericton are small and colorful. It's like a Legoland. Legoland.
Cubicle.
Exactly. So anyways, we get to the Airbnb. I eat around now 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I'm like, let me nap. I close my eyes. Someone taps me. I'm like, what? Guys, like, we have to get ready to go. I'm like, yo, it didn't feel like it didn't feel like I slept.
Fuck.
It feel like I just blinked. So anyways, go to the party. Yo, Fredericton showed up. Showed up.
Jeez.
The ladies in Fredericton,
out
of this world. Energy 1,000. That guy was like, it was mad. It was too good to be true. It was, and again, the venue is owned by black people.
Yeah.
One of their investors is Nigerian as well. So like again, like I didn't know this many Nigerians were here, and obviously they were outside for a good time. And then obviously they said after party, but this time instead of going to the Airbnb, they realized it's quite far.
Yeah,
they said let's do the after party in the basement of the venue.
Oh, okay.
So again, problem was trying to kick people out. So one guy came and said the people VIP. I'm like, buddy, they sell one VIP ticket. I don't know where you put your ticket. I don't know if you bought yours a ticket master. But anyways, so we kind of kick people out, whatever. So I'm just chilling now. Like I'm not really like, I'm just having, bartenders, just a few people around with me kicking it. And then I'm like, yo guys, we are going back to Halifax in the morning because my flight is at 11 a.m. Halifax to Fredericton is a 4-hour drive. So we have to leave here by 5:30 if I want to make my flight in time. 5 o'clock comes around. I'm starting to look for the people that are going to take me back to Halifax. They've all disappeared.
Kasogo,
They've gone to play Hey Big Head.
They have said Hey Big Head.
They have done Hey Big Head. So by the time I find people and drag them, time has gone. It's now 6 o'clock. No, it's almost 6 o'clock. So now, but we have to go to the Airbnb and pick up stuff because some people forgot their luggage. Go to the Airbnb, pick up stuff.
Well, people were supposed to carry your luggage when you're going to the party.
That's what I told them. Because I was like, I don't know what the plan is. I had my luggage already. Because I don't trust anybody at this point. If I'm going to steal one person's car, I would have done it to leave because I had a gig on Sunday. And that was the only flight leaving on that airline from Halifax. Anyway, 6 o'clock rolls around, we start driving back to obviously the guy who's driving us. He's half asleep half the time, so I was afraid. But anyways, we make it to Halifax safely. 4 hours later, I get to the airport at 10:40 because I stopped to get gas, made my flight. Sunday, I hosted my friend's 35th fortune, and it was a really beautiful thing. It was crazy because they were like 80-20%. So 80% were all women, 20%.
That was in Toronto.
Yesterday. 80% of the guests were women.
Oh,
there were like 10 men, and that's including me and the DJ. Her name is Fortune,
Oh, the celebrant is a lady.
Yeah, it's a lady.
Fortune, wow.
Yeah. So it was a good time. And shout out to her for having me. And that's my weekend, man. Very, very. I just want to give a big shout out to the people that put on the show: Industry Night Halifax, Kola, Stack, Fargo, and Ali, who were with me on the trip. The DJs, DJ Alfred, Mr. J, the opening DJs from Fredericton and Halifax. And Moncton. Just shout out to everybody for coming out and just putting it on. I love what they're doing because they have a community out there, man, that they're putting together. Shout out to Dotun, 88 Rev. They've got a brand, which is something that a lot of people in Toronto are lacking. And these guys, I don't want to say they're new cats, but I'll use the word new cats. And I want to use that just to when it happens, it'll be like surprise.
Oh,
they're gonna take shit. They're gonna take shit over with the way they're moving.
Guys, reminding me of that period where DC came in and they were disturbing Canada.
But this is coming back. They're doing the Rave with Who concert. Bodge, Cross, Antino, Odumodu. That's them.
That's disturbing Canada.
Yeah, that's DC. That's their comeback. And if they play their cards right, they could be potentially next in the business. You know what I'm saying? Again, next in the business doesn't mean that people that talk are going to fade away. It's just we need those communities to spring up. And what I want to see is now a connectedness from end to end.
Like connectedness for the people organizing it or between different parties. Different groups,
different organizers. Because with like the Fredericton Moncton, PEI, because the show, this tour that I just finished was a 4-city tour. I did 2 cities, someone else did 2 cities. And it was a connection of working with different people. And if they have that stronghold already,
right.
in different provinces or cities, if they can just circulate that entire Toronto, it's a game changer. And we need that because that's how we can come together and do big things. We have the brands already, or the brands are coming up. We just need to just, build that together. And it's like the DJs had their cameraman. Mr. J recorded his entire set. I haven't seen a DJ besides a few DJs like Uncles of Toronto, Martin says, record the entire set and put it on YouTube right away. He's done that for the entire tour.
Wow.
That's content right there. That's if you want to see your shit, they know where to go find it. They see you in real time having a good time. DJ Alfred traveled with cameraman the whole tour experience, and Dotun is sick because he shot almost all the videos. So I don't want to get too much into it. I just want to give them their flowers because these guys are doing shit. I'm just glad I was able to be a part of this.
It's giving me Afro karaoke vibe. That guy that does the Afro karaoke, right?
Yeah, exactly. So just building that network of stuff. Like it reminds me of the stuff that we've done. Like I'm doing this and I'm like, yo man, something dope 16, bro.
Something dope 16.
Le Rouge Affair, we did that. Five cities, bro. Like we've been there. So it's like for me, it was like a nostalgic vibe because I know what this can do when we bring it to fruition. So again, shout out to them because I know it's not easy to put on these things, travel, deal with all kinds of people. But it's man, it was a really good time. And yeah, shout out to them. That was a long weekend. I'm glad to be back here. And it was nice. I met somebody in Fredericton that actually knows who I am. That's crazy. Yeah. By the way,
it's not that woman that was drunk, Abby.
No. That was in Moncton. What's crazy is I got there. This is how you know that. This is how they know you're not from there. Like, everybody kept saying the Maritimes. Or
Maritime is like,
or Atlantic Canada.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that?
What is that?
I know this as New Brunswick. So they don't call it that. They're like, the Maritimes, Atlantic Canada. I'm like,
wow.
Okay. Yeah, kudos to you.
Man. You want to be different. Be different.
Be different, not bad. But yeah, man, excited,
At
man.
some point, I don't know if it was on Sunday or this Saturday, I actually called you and you did not answer. I said, hey. Hope everything they straight.
I barely slept on an entire event. And you have to channel your energy to get out there and give your best self. So, but I'm glad, man.
That's dope, man. International. This year, I've been travel.
Man, we thank God, man. Again, that's why, and I want to say this, because it's a lot of it. I'm not someone that likes to post, and I've said that multiple times. My closest friends know that, but I'll be damned this year if I don't post. I'll be damned this year.
Energy.
I'll be down this year because I know the opportunities that can come from it, have come from it. And it's just like, I realized, I was talking with a friend this morning, I was like, people don't care.
Yeah.
They want to either see you at the top or at the bottom. That in between, that's just you. You got to fight that. Yeah. And I'm telling anybody who's an emerging person right now, post your shit. How it is, post it. Someone is going to like it. If they don't like it, they're going to see it and they will remember it because you'll be outside like, you did travel. How did you know? Yeah, because you saw it. Again, and it's not just because I'm as an entertainer. Whatever you're doing in this life, if you are construction, show them that you're doing the construction. Let people know that you're doing this shit, man. Let people appreciate your stuff. Like, there's no need to hide anything anymore. Since we're living in the world, everything's out there. Might as well put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I still struggle. Like I put up something on my private, like my close friends. And I'll take it down, but I'll put it back later on because that's something I'm still dealing with because I'm not that person that really posts. But I'll be down this year if you guys will be sick of me, man. I swear to God.
once you stop the rethinking what is up, I feel like my biggest hurdle is getting to figure out the content and putting it together. Right? Once it goes on, I don't know anything that is on there is there.
I was like, I don't go back to see analytics. I don't go back to see analytics. I don't like to see who's looking at it. But I will go back and be like, yo, should I take it down? Like I do that a lot. Like I will take a post down, put it back up. I'll delete it, put it back up. Like I've done that a couple of times. Well, that's something I'm working through because that's something I need to get over as a person. And like again, I was inspired because these guys, Mr. J, Alfred, Industry Night Halifax, they're recording their shit, man. They're creating content to put out.
Online.
I'm like, why am I not doing that?
Remember Collins, bro? Collins, man. Collins,
I said, yo, we been there, man.
Collins, man.
That's our guy, man. That's our guy. And I just so that's him, Brad. I want to thank Casey, man. Casey threw picks, who pushed me to do some stuff. We guys will see that in a couple of weeks now. But yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
We spent an hour. We didn't even get into the conversations for this week. But I wanted to start off with, since everybody, there's no shame again. I don't know if you saw the story about these ladies that went to dine in a restaurant in New York for somebody's birthday, and they dashed. They didn't pay. They ordered wings, food. I can't remember what the price. I think it was close to $300.
They just went by themselves in their food chest. Go eat, Dine and Dash.
Bro, now see now. So now they asked the woman to go and split the bill. Yeah. And she went to split the bill and they cut out. They posted it and tagged the restaurant. They said thanks for the free food.
No way.
Yeah.
That's B for bold, bro. That's heavy. Heavy.
Yeah, exactly. If I ask you hey B, I mean that you're bold. Yeah, that's what they did.
But
so they thought they would get away with it apparently. But apparently,
thank God, bro, because
so there's still an ongoing investigation.
Yeah.
But they fucked up. They reserved with their name, address, phone number.
Wow. Is it not like that one that went to Nigeria to do flex and they want to come back and claim fraud? And say you go do review. Post a picture. Now you say it's not you. You didn't know.
That guy, that's how they post this. Yeah, man. So I saw that and it's crazy again. Just speaking of that fact that there's no shame. Like Dine and Dash is now a trend.
Nah, bro.
Like you're putting someone's business.
Probably go on.
And I felt bad for the waiter because in some restaurants, the waiter's they'll take it out of the waiter's pocket. So unfortunately for this case, apparently they did take it out of her pocket. But it's crazy. Like obviously, it's bad for a black business at that part too, right? They're just trying to survive. So yeah,
that's actually crazy. If they had taken it out of the place, I'm like, how are you supposed to have prevented this? Right? Like, imagine working in a retail store and someone made away with something, right? You say, it's because you allowed them steal it.
Yeah. Exactly that. Recently, so I know Trump has been putting out a lot of executive orders, but I think I found one executive order that I might like. He apparently is signing into an executive order, which is basically, I know it's not a law yet, but it's something that we'll start thinking about. Apparently a law that's like preventing Ticketmaster from price gouging.
What that English mean?
So like Ticketmaster is known for like adding stupid fees, convenience fee, clear the room fee. Why the fuck do you want to buy a ticket fee? Whatever fee they can tack on. So making ticket price, your ticket will be $15. By the time you're doing, you're paying $60 for your ticket. So it's kind of like they're trying to tackle those things because again, Ticketmaster is a conglomerate.
Yeah.
And everybody has an issue with it. Everybody. And a bunch of concerts are going to be happening this summer. So,
that'd be good. They let them do so that I can afford whiskey tickets.
I don't think it happened before that. Real quick, a bunch of good things that are happening so far. By the way, Mother's Day happened, right?
Yeah, I almost forgot.
Did you call her? So I apologize, mommy. If you see this, I apologize. I did not call you, but I was going to call you, and then I spoke to my sister. So I asked my sister. My sister called her. My sister said she called my mom to wish her happy Mother's Day. My mother said that's Anglican Happy Mother's Day. It's not Catholic Mother's Day. So I was going to ask, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean like it kind of ran over that whole conversation of like should we be wishing people, so when I heard it, I was like, it's like you saying, I can't remember what my comparison was going to be, but it's like, it's Mother's Day, just, take the Mother's Day as you see. But I didn't even know that it was an Anglican Mother's Day. So so I said, what is Catholic Mother's Day?
No, because I asked my mom, she said they also did the Mother's Day. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
she
funny.
said my mom said it was the same because I remember last year.
Yeah,
I tried to wish her Happy Mother's Day. She said the Catholics moved their own celebration because of something else. I think because of Easter.
So when is Catholics on? The one in May?
No, they've done it. So this one they've done it. So that's why. Because I asked her, I'm like, I wasn't sure if it's actually you people celebrating.
So which one is one? Catholic?
Yeah, yeah.
So this was Catholic.
Yeah.
So when is the Anglican?
I don't know. But I think this one is Catholic because
it's given there's going to be 3 Mother's Days.
No, it's given there's always.
But that was news to me that I didn't know. I just thought it was than I just thought it was Nigeria's. Like wherever that's part of the world is than Mother's Day. I didn't know that was the case.
That's another thing they need to tackle because they take religion more serious than here.
Yeah.
One day is supposed to be that. It's in national.
So when is single fathers?
Father's Day is in June.
No, there has to be single fathers.
Single fathers. I'm about to say single fathers. Fathers to be there.
Real quick, some people went to play chess in the United States from I want to say from Africa.
What do you mean?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say. Okay. So there was a guy, the Tunde Onakaya guy, who had the Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
So he's been doing this whole chess program. So shout out to the man for just being a light in his own community. Yeah. I want to say he took a bunch of Nigerians like these are from the slums. Like he's training people from the slums to play chess. You know, again, not distraction, but invest your time in other things. And he was able to secure visas through partnerships for a bunch of them to go and compete. And apparently, one lady actually won from Adamawa State. She won a silver medal and some money in the chess community conference in Athens, Georgia. And that's just a big
Athens is in Georgia.
Yeah, they have an Athens in Georgia. It's not only Greece. But yeah, just shout out to Tunde Onakaya for doing that.
Shout out to him, man. That's pretty dope.
The other thing I wanted to also mention in sim light is the lady who went on Alma Asinobi, who went on to be the first Nigerian to travel 7 continents with the Nigerian passport. Actually has completed it. I guess we're waiting for Guinness to confirm it, but congratulations on order.
That would be a record.
Yeah. Hey. So the post, I saw the thing on Twitter. Actually, my sister sent it to me. She says our Nigerian flag is officially the first and fastest flag to visit all 7 continents. I guess my work here is done. I cannot wait to be home. So I guess I want to see how long it actually took.
First and fastest.
Yeah.
What? It's first, so in terms of speed.
Yeah, in 60 hours. Yeah.
That quick?
7 continents. Yeah, so the whole story is out there. I will actually go and follow up.
60 hours.
Yeah, I will actually go and follow up to see more of this. But I guess we just want to give them a big shout out, for, again, just being a light in our community where there's a lot of darkness and, a lot of bad things going on in the country of Nigeria. So, yeah.
Bro, as you just mentioned, the bad things going on in the country of Nigeria. I came across this saying,
you don't ever find good thing for Nigeria. You don't ever find
me. I define.
No, I joke, man.
This guy, very dark man. Yeah, you know that guy. Apparently, he went to China, right? And he was seeing a lot of the things that are happening there and blah blah blah. So he made a video. And he was calling out Tinubu's son as like the person that can directly, intervene for the youths in Nigeria, try to figure out, speak the mind of the youth to your father, those kind of things, tell him this is blah, blah, blah. What to do, posted it online, obviously, right? Apparently, Tinubu posted on his ex.
Tinubu posted on his ex about Very Dark Man.
No, not about Very Dark Man, but it is in response to that, right? Yeah. So he posted and he said that he really cares about the youth, all those things, right? That's also why he's working, towards, creating like a committee for the youth, a committee for the youth, and blah blah blah.
Nigerians and
committee go finish. That's another means of money laundering because
Nigerians
people will have
committee.
To head that committee. People will have to oversee that committee. People will have to. Okay, so I will just send you this. So this is basically the response. Him reading the so you can probably like stop it after a certain point.
Ooh, Very Dark Man.
Yeah. So,
I've never really been a.
Nah, I don't really listen to it, but there's just this part where it's like, want to kind of nitpick on the things that he was picking from what the president said.
I'm proud of this guy, man. Bro.
All right, so I guess my video finally got to the table of the president because the president just tweeted this 45 minutes ago, as you can see on his official Twitter handle. He says, "I am with you. This was my message today to the heart of our nation, our youth, as I inaugurated the National Youth Conference Planning Committee. To our Nigerian youth, you hold the advancement of the economy in your hands. You represent over 60% of our population. I will continue to help navigate, push, and lift the heavy weight so I can clear the path for you to have a great future. I will do everything to make Nigeria a better place for the young people and all Nigerians. So while some people are debating about very dark man is not respectful, thank God the message got to the right person, and he has made a tweet about the youth. Now, let's move forward. So he said, as I inaugurated the National Youth Conference Planning Committee, this planning committee that have been inaugurated, who are the people and how do they carry the youth along? I would like to say it's not the first time where they say, hey, a committee has been set up to plan the empowerment of the youth. But at the end of the day, after one regime, we don't hear anything again. They just say it and nothing is being done, right? Now we get internet. A lot of people follow up. You don't need to come and explain to us. Carry us along. Who are the youth that are going to be in this committee? Do they have the interests of the country at heart? We would like to know them. Or now people who want to carry their own personal interests.
Always, bro.
For me, I think the development of the youth in Nigeria goes beyond Nigeria. The youth need to see things, how things are being done outside the country.
Yeah, I know.
If it's possible, this is just my suggestion. Me self no go school. This is just my suggestion. If it's possible, if at all, they can be doing at least 5,000 youth every 6 months. Send them abroad. They will sign, then they will come back.
That was the place. That was the place where I say, brother, you are lost in the sauce.
Let me tell you something. They're not coming back.
They're not coming back.
Yeah?
You sign 5,000, you see 5.
If you're going to do this, I have cousins that I need to sign up for this youth.
How that 5,000 will fill up, you will not know.
You know what? Like he's not wrong on the idea.
No, he's not
I just
wrong
think
on
that
the idea,
like
but
Nigerians have lost hope.
Yep.
The youth have lost hope. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the youth have lost hope. So it sucks that even if you send 5,000, you know, maybe there's gonna be a few bad eggs in there. No, he's not wrong. Again, committee is always a committee that we never hear about. First of all, I think that we should bring back 140 characters. I still tweet like that. I still tweet like
I haven't even been tweeting much, but people are actually typing letters on there.
That's what this is. He typed the whole thing. Like we should need to bring it back. But like, yeah, man. I mean, like, yeah, it starts with us, and I mean, like, it starts with the youth, and it's just again, it's always gonna be roadblock. We always want just to say that you try to help the youth. You know what the issues are, so just get to the root of it. Talk, not just talk, do. Join this committee. What's committee going to do now? You now go to the committee. It's 50-year-old people in the committee. Those are not
exactly.
youths.
I was going to say, like, you just see a youth leader. Youth leader is 56. How is a youth leader 56-year-old? Like, as if you miss your prime.
And also need to see the youth qualifications.
Yeah. Like, need to see the youth qualifications. And like you said, like, Nigerians have lost hope. So it's like, this thing that they're doing, will they follow up? So a lot of times when some of these youths see these kind of things, they see opportunity for themselves. They will jackpot. Remember, I don't know if you saw a video of these two boys circulating that I think they were guards at a restaurant. I don't know if it's Kilimanjaro or whatever, right? But they posted a video of them dancing while on duty in front of the restaurant, right? So the video went viral. And I think a particular body, I don't know, body in Nigeria that sent them abroad to go study something for 6 months. They started looking for them. They started looking for them. But they actually went to drop a video to tell them they're not telling them where they are and they're not coming back. So this is the kind of things where it's like, because Nigerians have lost hope, they don't know how good any follow-up thing will be, how beneficial something will be in the future. So any chance like this, they will jackpot. Now imagine they have direct flight.
One way.
One ticket to Obodo, you
Exactly. How are we thinking the same thing? How are we thinking the same thing?
One ticket to Obodo, you don't get. It is
That's
a
crazy.
day wise. Yeah.
We'll do this and then we'll wrap it up with the last two things on the list. A woman was babysitting, I'm guessing. Right? I won't say she's babysitting. The woman was babysitting a kid, and the kid kept telling her there was a monster under the bed. She's like, "Oh, there's no monster under the bed." And she's like, "Let me check under the bed to actually prove that there's no monster."
Yeah.
She goes under the bed and sees somebody under the bed. This is a true story, bro. Yeah. So a fight ensues. The guy gets away. Obviously, he's arrested later on.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Wait, is the baby that she's babysitting that told her there's a monster under the bed?
Yep.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah. What would you do if you looked under the bed?
And there's monster and there's somebody there. No, I don't know. Where's Dre? I think my bat is in your car. I need to go and carry that bat. Yeah, I see anybody on that boy. Bro, the way I use baton, take finish. What are you doing there? No, violence. So
Yeah.
don't even like.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I can't even wait to ask question. What are you doing here? Who are you?
I told me because that person that's under.
Yeah,
he's like, yo, in his head it's like they catch me.
they've catch. Yeah,
He's died. Like
I
gotta.
Yeah,
like,
that's their survivor mentality at that point.
like,
They're like,
I have it like when you're at an alert. I'm just trying to picture how the person is under the bed in darkness. If you see their eye, their eyes are already open, like they're ready for.
They're ready for it. It's like
you're just
they're thinking if they are caught, it's over for them.
Yeah.
So anything to get away from this. So they're literally like a rat trapped in a cage and try to get out by all means. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I find back. I go collect.
So that is a question for you guys, man. What would you guys do if you wanted to confirm that there's no monster? Yo, that kid is traumatized forever.
That kid is traumatized.
Traumatized forever. Yeah? Anytime
bro, you have to be. I think moving forward, you have to be checking that bed to guarantee that child that there's nothing.
Yeah, but people are crazy, man. Why would you go under someone's bed? Another child's bed?
Yeah.
God damn. Oh man. But yeah, I saw that story, and then apparently a Toronto pastor faces backlash for renting out a church as a club for raves. So there was like you see the video, bro. Guy, it was a proper rave. Like, I'm on the fence that you got to do what you got to do to survive in this economy.
But rents they had though.
Exactly.
Rents for venues and all that thing.
Exactly. But then it also,
oh my God,
it gives me that whole like. I feel like there's
monumental.
I feel like there's a difference between like history and the religious connotation.
Right.
If we decide to pray here,
right,
at that point in time, it's a place of worship.
Yeah.
We're going to respect the place of worship. But then if you come and cook after, it's a kitchen at that point in time. The same way I feel like Muslims can pray anywhere as long as they're facing. Is it the sun? They're facing the sun or the sunset, whatever. I believe that's what it is. Correct me. I do believe that's what it is. You're praising where the sun is facing. You can pray anywhere. As long as at that point in time it's a holy ground. Yeah. Once you're done, you pack your mat and you go. So a church is literally wherever.
Well, the same thing for them too. In the mosque, they are not going to rent a mosque. That's the same thing. Christians can pray anywhere as well. You can pray anywhere in your district.
Yeah. So again, you know how we've said this whole conversation about how like the Christianity thing has been westernized to a certain degree. I can see why it's an issue. Right. In terms of like, we know that a mosque will probably never be rented for an event.
No, to be honest, it is an issue. Like it's a place you built to worship God. In fact, you did not build it, or you did not that it has its sole purpose, right? So I don't even know, but I think when you go into a foreign land, you face a diversity where you just have to make do whichever way you can. Because I heard there is a church here that actually rent the movie theater auditorium to do their prayers. Right. So they rent the auditorium. So now in light of what you're saying, so they can use the scripture where many are gathered, the Lord is there, the presence of the Lord is there. I think that's what it is. So if they decide that is where they are doing church, as long as it's blessed and the people are there worshiping with their hearts open, like it is that. But I feel like when you dedicate a space to worship the Lord, keep that space. That's where we're losing the plot as Christians. We are just we feel like we are the ones that are the most creative. We are the ones that are the most open. God loves all. God entertains all. So be free to do whatever. No judgments, no this thing. Like is actually too much.
You're right, but I also understand that, man. Rent is not cheap.
No, rent is not cheap. Things are hard. I don't know. You try, you invest. You don't want to go and say, okay, you want to start and you're not ready. I mean, God will provide. God will provide. What are you doing for yourself before God will not provide? Yeah. What are you doing for yourself, right? So, I mean, it's a lot, and these are probably like, can you imagine somebody that you just going through and say, oh, he got called by God or this thing to start his ministerial work, right? Yeah. Go start in the base, dedicate to go rent your house, use the basement or this thing to start it.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it's just a lot. If you're not ready, you're not ready. Don't go and put things. That's the stigma everywhere. It just gives it a stigma from one thing one person would do. It's just like the stigma of Catholic priests. You understand?
Yeah.
Now is literally the topic of a joke for Catholics. You understand? For people saying jokes about Catholics, just priests molest young boys, right? It's just those things. Like you just mess the thing up and it just follows and goes. I mean, religion don't tire me.
With a child.
Yes.
You and your husband and your child go out on your sailboat.
Okay.
The sailboat gets struck, it's sinking.
Yeah.
Who are you going to save? The child or your husband?
Look, I would choose my child's father because we can make more children. This is an impossible choice. You also have to understand that my hierarchy in my life.
I agree.
God, my man,
husband,
my children,
everything else.
And also I just want to emphasize spouse.
Your baby and your man is in the water.
Yeah.
Your baby look like a baby. Your man look like a grown man. I'm saving my baby. Like, I love my wife, but like I just feel like my
What if she's incapacitated? What if she's knocked out?
I feel like she would be mad at me if I saved her.
She would, but she would get over it. Because now you a single daddy.
As a man, I can't even like go back and be like, oh yeah, I saved my wife, I let the baby die. Who am I going to go tell that story to?
Everybody.
Like, that sounds crazy.
Let me tell you this. This is why having an integrity point and barometer with self is so important. Because if somebody said to me, you let your kids die and you saved your husband, absolutely. Now, it's not to say that I wouldn't grieve, that I wouldn't be sad. I'd probably ask myself, did I make the right choice? Oh my God, are we ever going to have children again? You know, I'm getting up there in age. Having kids is hard. All of these things are real things, but I'm telling you right now, I don't care what anybody has to say about any decision that I made because I did it and I meant it.
Let's reverse situation. Your husband,
yes.
you love so much,
yes,
on that boat, and you and the baby is
yeah,
in the water.
Yeah.
What do you want him to do?
I would want him to save the child, but I would understand why he chose me.
You would be happy with him after he chose you, not the child?
This is such a challenging choice, but ultimately, my husband, I so recklessly trust my husband that in that moment, that's what made sense to him.
You can't.
And I might be mad. Yeah. I'm already geriatric. We might never be able to have kids again. And the grieving would be crazy for sure. But if he chose me over our children, there's a reason why. God's not done with me yet. People love the word until it's inconvenient, until there's judgment and bias around it. But when you think biblically, husband and wife should submit unto each other. You come first. You are the home front. You are the union. After God comes my husband. If I got to choose between my parents, whom I love, my mom is my very best friend, and my husband, I'm choosing my husband. And this is the problem. People are confusing marriage with being husband and wife. Those are two very different things.
Say that one more time.
Husband or wife means I am committed to this. I am submitted to the mission. I got you no matter what, under the eyes of God, through sickness and health, through all of the things that may come. That is my husband. Not I got married. Most people are just married, but they'll never experience what it means to be husband or wife. They're weak and they quit and they give up and they say, oh, well, it's just easier if I get divorced. So for me, when I have not a husband, but I have my husband, my God-sent husband, the husband that I have been waiting and praying for. When that is my guy and I make a commitment under God, he's first. I no longer belong to my father. I belong to my husband.
Scenario.
She said, fuck them kids.
I mean, like,
she actually got a lot of heat, a lot of, you know, those comments about like insensitive and whatnot. And what people refuse to understand is she actually said it. It's like, you have to create your own parameter of self, whatever.
Yeah.
To just create so that like your parameter of ethical or whatever is more ethical to you, because this is hard, right? And I agree with what she's saying.
I will save my wife.
Bro.
Again, it's not a cut and dry situation. You know,
it's a lose-lose.
It's a lose situation. The only way I'm really saving my kids, if my wife is like, yo, just save the kid.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Then yeah.
Because she knows she can't live knowing that we let the kid drown, or you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. My dad, I grew up with my father, you know, telling me, like, yes, you have my last name, but you're your own.
You're your own. Yeah.
You're your own man. I was raised with the understanding that we are their kids.
Yes.
They have a relationship. At the end of the day, we're going to leave the house. They're going to stay together. They have to put each other first, because that is how it starts with the top. If they are good and they are doing well, chances that we are most likely also going to do well. So I understand that, yes, you know, it's that whole conversation where they say, "Oh, I'm making my money for my wife." I understand that conversation. Not to say you're not going to give your kids anything, but that is the person you chose to marry. Spend the rest of your life with. Like, you made that. I understand that now. It's a very, because we're in a woke society. They are saying, "Oh, you'd have to live with them forever. If it's not working, leave." That is your situation. If you're in a situation where it works, perfectly fine, you're happy waking up to that person,
make it forever.
And if you're not going to make kids, if you can't have kids over after the fact, there's adoption. There's resources out there for the children. And it might be a thing where, you know what, we've done it, we don't want to do it again. That could be another situation. I totally agree with her based on my upbringing and just reasoning. Like my dad always used to tell me, I know the day I married your mom, that's who I'm going to be with. You guys are going to leave me in the house. And that's what's happened. They have to face the dance to the music together. So, you know, I understand how we can look at a guy where it's like, oh, you saved your wife and not the kid. Because as a man, you potentially can go back into, I don't have that energy to go back into the streets and do the whole thing. Or
So,
what if
soulmate does not come twice like that?
or like
whoever you marry like that, it doesn't come twice. You understand?
And then who's to say you're not going to meet women in that generation where you're like, oh, my wife died and I saved my kid. And I'm like, wow,
bruh.
So if it was me now, you're going to let me die. So there's that.
Or your kid growing up and being like, we'll tell you about the mother. And they have to live through the fact that you let their parents die. They are not going to probably look at it, you saved me. Some of them might grow up and be like, oh, you actually chose me, type of thing. But the fact that there's going to be that.
Yeah, you got to work through it. Like, you know, no, I agree with her. I think she's right. I don't understand when the work society where there's different answers. And if you choose to save your kid, hey, that's you.
That's you. You have your own barometer of judgment or however you want to, and you'll be able to stand by. If you are not sure of yourself, that's when you question either, because if you actually look at it, either one gets a question. It's a lose-lose situation. So if you're not confident in yourself and your judgment, you don't have a reasoning for yourself, that's when you get to question people's beliefs and all that. Have your own judgment. You can be, this conversation can easily be, that guy is part of the crew, heckling her like that, right? On live podcast recording, right? It's like, you are just there answering like, if it's you, what are you going to do? And say that is your choice. That is your choice. You're going to get it out. You're losing somebody. You're losing somebody that is related to you, right? Somebody in the comment was like, your child is your blood. Your wife is your. I did not say for better for worse with my child.
But it's crazy because she also said that we know when to push the goalpost.
We know when to push the goalpost.
Because we've also said blood is not by physical blood. We've also said that blood is not by physical. It's not by physical, like whatever, like that. If I form a bond with another person outside, which I have, that's my brother, that's my sister. So what are you saying? Blood is. We know how to shift the goalposts in conversations like that. But again, there is no right or wrong answer. There's just your answer and what you're comfortable with at the end of the day.
What can help you sleep at night? If you put it that way, you might not sleep either way because you lost somebody. But
and a child's love is different from
a partner's love. So guys, if you have an answer, let us know what you would do and what is your reasoning.
You know the best thing to do? If you can't swim, don't get to the boat. stay on land.
See, that's what I'm telling you. That is what I'm telling
If
you.
you can't swim, stay on land.
Stay on land, bro.
Forget, nobody's drowning. Just
Don't
stay on
do
land.
romance. Don't go and be shaking your ass in a tongue on a yacht. No. Keep it at home.
Yeah, if you can't swim, just pour water in the bathtub. Go inside the bathtub and then do your thing.
Yeah.
There's no need to be like, why are we doing that if you can't swim? You know? You have the choice to learn how to swim. So do that first, then get on this thing. I'll say you have a chance.
Send your kids to swim to learn how to swim.
So I sent this thing in a group chat, and when I post the picture, the cover art, I will put this, I guess, next as a carousel. But I sent these guys a picture about a post where it had numbers attached to them, and it goes, the quote is, if you score less than 40, you really need to get a life. So they added a bunch of things: had sex, smoked, got drunk, kissed someone of the opposite sex, kissed someone of the same sex, peed in the pool, been suspended in college, been in a fist fight, stole something, done drugs, been in love, cried, been heartbroken, got arrested, and made out in public. So there's points for all of this. My first question before we get to the answer: why do you think 11, number 15 has the Why does made out in public have 11 points?
Have 11. That has the most points.
No,
that actually has the most.
Got arrested has the most points.
Okay, got arrested and then made out in public. Now, some people get excited by public indecency.
You know what though? I can't understand it, but because funny enough, I don't think I have those points.
Just save it. Just do your answers.
Yeah. No, we're not going one by one. We're just doing total now, and then we can go into like the ones that you've done that
we
are
have
shocking.
to go one by one, and then we'll dissect it.
No,
as you're going.
we can't dissect it.
We're going to do it. You'll be going. I'll be doing the calculation myself.
No, I've already done the calculation.
You've already done your own.
My answer shocked me. I have to recalculate it.
No, we are going to do it here. I didn't do my own.
Okay, so can we get into our group chat answers first before we do ours?
No. You have to do it, and then based on our answers, we'll be like, okay. Now this person scored this, and this person. We are going to.
Let's start with them.
No, let's not start with them.
Because that is shorter. We're going to have a conversation.
No, we're going to use it as barometer. We're going to use us as barometer. We're going to use us as barometer.
Okay.
Be like, this person go higher.
Okay. So 10 points. Had sex.
Had sex.
Yeah.
I have not to.
So I might add it for you because I guess I'll open my calculator here.
Okay, no, I'll be adding for myself. Be doing whichever one is your own point.
Okay, I'm doing myself.
Okay.
You said we should start with us.
Yeah, we'll start. Also, do calculate for me.
So that's what I'm saying. So obviously 10 for the first one. Smoked. So no,
is it passive smoke is not part of it, right?
So you haven't smoked?
No.
Who at the cottage? At the cottage.
No, I did not smoke at the cottage. It's Michael. Nah, bro. The only thing I managed to eat is that.
Drag Michael into the conversation.
The only thing I managed to eat is that this thing.
With brownie.
Yeah.
Okay, so smoked for me.
Yeah.
Come on, got drunk.
Yeah. You see how got drunk is almost next to nothing. Yeah.
Just want to let you know, smoking has more points than getting drunk. Just so you know. Kiss someone of the opposite sex. Yes.
Okay.
Just want to let you know you're 18 right now. Kissed someone of the same sex. Nope.
Nope.
Peed in the pool. Funny enough, no. How about you?
No, bro. You know the funny thing.
Yes or no?
No. you know the funny thing there. When so back home in Nigeria, I saw him in the local stream and stuff, right? When I came here, they told me about, people talked about putting the chlorine or whatever in the swimming pool. So bro, if you know how that's in the fear me. So I never tried it.
I think for the most part, I just felt like I feel like in my head, the reason why it never really happened was two things. I think they told me the chlorine would change the color.
It makes it blue.
Yeah, so people can't tell when you peed. And I always felt like every time I was swimming, there were women around. So it would just make you very uncool. So that's kind of why it never really happened for me.
Yeah.
Being suspended in college.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Daddy and Mommy, if you guys are watching, I know you guys don't know this part of me, but yes, I have been suspended in college. Not once.
It is what it is.
Not twice. But a few times.
She has gone down, bro.
So being suspended, that's 9 points.
Been in a fist fight.
For sure, man.
Actually been, Primary 4, bro.
If not with anybody, at least Rennie.
He's primary 4. Oh, if that one counts. If that one counts.
Yeah.
That was 6.
Stole something. Come on.
No,
You never stole anything.
like, whoa.
Bro, me I was a high TV high school, man.
Nah, I never actually like to go to.
You haven't stolen
Maybe
anything?
small meat. Nah, I actually haven't.
Wow. God, I've stolen, man.
Yeah, no. If it's highlights between peers, we just highlight.
Even like convenience stores.
Ah,
I might have
bro. The closest
I might have even stolen this weekend.
the closest I come to this thing, bro. You know the Shambhala, when that Shambhala was raining
Yeah.
back in 2012.
Yeah.
Bro, I was just close to going to collect highlights because that was the only thing in H&M that didn't have the beepers. That didn't have the beepers. So a lot of people go to H&M, will go to these stores, they'll rip it and wear it. And wear it, and the thing will not beep. They'll walk out of the place.
Fair.
But I always had this sensation that now my own girl will catch me. So I didn't try that shit.
Okay. So you haven't stole.
Don't drugs. What do you categorize as done drugs?
I have. This was during the Oshawa house party days.
Oh, they got you?
Yeah, bro.
Shit.
I don't want to call names, but yes, I have.
No. Been in love.
Been in love.
My God, that's a nice. Why is it low?
Cause they don't rate it, man. Cause breakfast follows.
Yeah.
So you've been in love then?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Cried.
cried.
Oh, for
man.
sure.
Let's see how he's higher because you get breakfast
for sure.
and then
and then cried and then big heartbroken is next. Same number. Yeah, bro.
So let's double down on the
We're
energy.
collecting. Got arrested. So this got arrested. I have a question. Do you have to reach the station for it to count?
No, I don't think he has to count.
But then you can be highlighted.
So
but
that's different. So you got arrested?
No, I got picked up but dropped off.
So that's just that. Did they put you in handcuffs?
No, they didn't because the guy was undercover.
So was it like? So when you say they picked you up,
So see,
because my thing is getting arrested is different from being put in jail or being put in prison or in a cell.
no, but at least they will carry you go there. They can discharge you the same day.
Okay.
That is the same. But at least they took you and be like, yeah.
Anyways, I have what to put in mine is yes.
There's no cut and sew for your own. So I don't know if this will be because my own they followed us because they thought we were what's it, Curtis, right? So because the guy was undercover, he didn't carry everything that he had. He only had his radio secretly and the badge that he was hiding in his pocket. But he caught us in the market. So what he did was tie our clothes together and waited for their guys to come.
That's technically getting arrested, bro.
But I come down from the bus out, they let us go.
Yeah, but you got arrested.
Fine, I'll take it.
Got arrested, my nigga.
Shit, bro.
Might not be the way you expected.
Yeah, but that's a high number, bro.
You think it's only you?
Nah,
Nah, man. I've yeah. I don't want to get into it. Just do that. My father is a do one say yeah. But like, cause mine is twice.
Yeah.
Mine is twice.
You reached the destination.
So the first one I don't reach the station.
Oh.
But I spent the night at the back of the van.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Picked up at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
They didn't let me go till like 6 in the morning.
Shit.
Mosquito.
Shit.
Handcuff and everything, bro.
And that their van they very open like this.
Open van.
Like bench.
Guy.
Or something like that.
Open van. They didn't let me sleep the night too. I just wake up. You there?
Wow.
You want to sleep? So that was happening. But again, I don't want to get into much into it. But yeah.
Wow.
Made out in public.
So what?
It's never happened for me. So
I
don't kiss and tell.
I go hold, I go hug.
Yeah, I go hug.
Hold
Yeah,
hands,
yeah.
all of that. Nah, not kiss. No, that's too much now. That's too much.
So
Okay.
should I tell you answer?
What's the answer?
You got 61, bro. You a legend. What? Out of a possible 100.
Oh, that's light. Shit, I didn't even The under 50.
What did you get? What did I get?
Yeah, you were pretty much no. Because you had you had the done drugs and stole something. Aye. That's so good. Yeah. My body that guy. Yeah, you have 70.
70 what?
70. You have 70. 61 and 70. Yeah, bad boy. Yeah, bad boy.
I've lived life.
Wait, are you sure the rest is said? Because
When I did the math, I had 79, but I guess I'm off by a couple of bit.
wait, you have 79. Wait, which other done drugs?
The only thing I haven't done there is made out in public and peed in the pool.
No, then I think I just missed I missed like 2 for you. Okay. So you have 79. I have 61.
Yeah, man.
You're a bad boy. You are a bad boy.
Well, what do you call B minus, B minus? Why do you say? You know how they say 61 to 71 is B minus?
It's B minus. We're the same grade.
The same grade level. So we sent this to the group chat.
The group, yeah.
And if you guys thought,
Oh, in your mind, just guess it. We'll tell you, but just guess it. Guess what Naza will get.
and I guess what Shamsi
Guess
will
what
get.
Shamsi will get.
Well, drum roll. Naza got 44, which I think is a lie.
Yeah, no, Naza must be capping. 44. That's like, he didn't do
And
anything.
if you guessed it, Shamsi got higher than Naza. A whopping 55.
Bro, she actually got above average.
That's got above
She
average.
got a passing grade in being bad. Naza failed at being a bad boy. That's crazy.
I refuse to believe that.
Nah, Naza must be capping.
Yes,
Nah,
we're
we're
gonna put the picture up on with the cover art. So let us know what you scored. Yeah, no, I've lived life, man. I've lived life.
Chelsea was like, yeah, I lived life. She said, I have a life, Lord. I have a life. Nah. Naza, you were maybe it's because of the church, because Naza was in the choir.
God, now choir poison. I didn't
Now
bad
they do pass. Now then they make her in public.
bro.
Church.
Bro, every artist has been a choir boy at some point.
Nah, Naza, you have to answer your own again. We have to be there because it looks like you are giving your own answer based on your own personal judgment.
Yeah,
That's no.
Oh, he gave his life to Christ and now he's born again.
He's a new me.
He's a new me. He's like that. He's like that Sapino's video. When he said he disvirgin this girl, he said, "How not disvirgin them again?"
I take it back.
We're gonna get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. New music drop. Odumodu dropped today, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, Ruger dropped, but I think we're gonna
Ruger's
listen.
album, yeah.
We're gonna listen to it and maybe chop it up a bit next week. Joe Boy also dropped. I haven't had a chance to I've listened to them. Both of them, they sound good, but I don't have enough to give a.
It's Joe Boy that I would
take.
say I've heard a couple of tracks from Joe Boy,
Yeah,
and I've heard almost everything at Rude Boy.
I think they're both great projects,
Maybe,
but I'll
Ruger.
give more take on that next week for sure. And then
next week.
and then Odumodu for sure dropped as well.
Yeah.
First song is called Legolas, bro.
Legolas.
Guy, when last did you hear the word Legolas?
Bro, that was the Rings thing, Lord of the Rings. The main one of the main characters, Lord of
Guy,
the Rings, Legolas,
Legolas.
that arrow guy.
Bro.
Legolas.
That's the first track.
Where your
bro.
particulars?
Odumodu guys, let's go.
Let me save it so I'll play it in the
Yeah,
morning.
but anyways, proverb of the day, bro.
Yes, proverb of the day. I'll just take it from
shit.
what we just talked about today. The fact that you are married doesn't make you a husband or a wife.
Facts. Shit. We didn't talk about the Junos, man. The Junos happened.
Junos.
But I just want to give a big shout out to my guy, Honest Guy, who actually won the Junos for, I guess, traditional contemporary R&B single. And I'm hosting a show this Thursday, so it's going to be a vibe. It's going to be a celebration.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any other notables in the Junos 2025. I just want to quickly go through that. So yeah, the Junos is kind of like the Canadian Grammys, if you will. It was hosted by this legend, Michael Bublé.
Buble.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, there's this craze about this meme thing. I'm trying to figure out how it works, man.
What do you mean crazy about meme?
This meme thing where everybody like turns their picture into an avatar.
Oh, bro, I've been seeing that everywhere. I don't know how to do that.
Me too.
Move, find them.
Yep.
God.
I'm trying to see if there's any 2025 Juno Award winners. I will go to the categories I think that matters to us.
Always.
Tip McRae won a bunch of awards, man. You guys don't know who that is.
I've heard the name. I don't.
Yeah. Rap single of the year, Shut Up by Jessie Reyes. That's crazy.
Oh, Jessie Reyes. I like that girl. I like that girl.
Yeah.
Funny thing, I was playing her album at work today.
Rap album Red Future by Snotty Nose Red Kids.
Huh?
He's the tapping, bro.
That's great.
Contemporary R&B record of the year is actually Bloom by Aquila, which is an amazing song. Comedy album of the year is Honorable Intentions by Deborah Di Giovanni. No idea who that is either. But congratulations. His award is Traditional R&B and Soul Recording of the Year.
Wonder Boy, don't they why I hate that guy? I didn't think he was.
Yeah, he won and he gave a big shout out to Drake, which has been the headline.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but congratulations to everybody who won the Junos 2025. Shout out to the boy the honest guy. This Thursday I will be hosting his first headline show, The Drake on the Ground. It's gonna be a movie, it's gonna be a shutdown, and we're gonna have some fun. Yeah, that's it pretty much for me this weekend. Yeah, excited to see some friends coming into town this weekend. And then that's pretty much for me. What about you? Anything?
None.
All right, cool, man. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so you know what the vibe has been. The Backyard Bands Comedy Podcast, episode 162, done and dusted. Let us know what your score was. Let us know who you're saving on a boat. And let us know, based on the whole trauma conversation that we had. How do you what are your thoughts on that entire piece? Again, send us a DM, send us an email, or just, comment wherever you're listening from. Again, we appreciate you. We're going to see you at the next episode.
At 163.
Ladies and gentlemen, signing off. I go by the name Mr. Dre. Forever you're humble and gracious.
Jeez.
Imina, talk to him.
Yeah. Signing out from this ministry is your minister, Imina, aka the free ego, Triple E, the partition ego, your favorite uncle, your favorite godfather, your favorite concussionist. You know what's popping?
Pop.
Let's get it popping.
Find out would be a deadly day.
Don't know.
We out.
Sheesh.
Backyard Bands.
It's that good shit.